Okay, now we're going to do auto calibration. It's certainly one of the absolutely correct ways to do this. We simply press right here, then hold it for a couple of seconds. Okay, and switch on USM Go. First, we carefully put some conductive gel on. Then we proceed to calibrate the device precisely on 10 and 7.5. As you can see, it clearly says here 10 and 7.5. Following that, here is 12.5, and finally, here is 5.5 milliliters. What we're going to do? Of course, if we calibrate on 10, we need range. And that will be 3 signals at least. It is mean that we need to specifically have 10, then another 10 individual points, and plus 10 points, and a 14-point range. We change 40. The probe delay is normally around 9, plus or minus a certain amount of variation. Now we're going to put here around 9. Okay? The velocity is, we have now inputted the numerical value of 5960. Okay, we need to carefully check the menu there. We should leave it exactly like that. The receiver is supposed to be a dual channel receiver because, as you know, we are using it again now. Double crystal probe, 2 signals. You see one half and the second half. If it will be flat, it will be single. Now, we are employing a dual system and it is operating at a precise frequency of 5 megahertz. We check probe, it says here 5 megahertz. Okay, next step, we leave like that, autocall. We're going to use autocall to calibrate it. What we need to do, we go up and we positioned reference number 1 at 10 millimeters and reference number 2 at 7.5 millimeters. This is because it is 10 millimeters and 7.5 millimeters. We can always change here. Now we use first signal will be calibrate on 10 and second signal calibrate on 7.5. If we're gonna measure around 11, 10, 9, 6, 5, it's good. But if we measure, for instance, 5 mil, we need to calibrate on 5 and 7.5. If we were to measure, for instance, a value of 12, we then carefully place it there. And from that point, we meticulously check for the closest match. Okay, we just put it on a 10. Now we see signal. We implemented a gating mechanism on the initial signal and subsequently displayed it across approximately 80% of the total available screen real estate. Now it's 80% of the screen. If we change it now, press here, 2 seconds. Here. Yes, it is right over here, and it is automatically present because in the settings you can find it. Check settings supposed to be like that. As I previously mentioned, the very first signal is SB, then SBA, the second signal is SA, and SBSA is indeed the primary first signal. SB is the second signal, and SBA. We measure without paint. It's that signal minus that, and we're getting this one. Okay, this one is for the dark curve. We don't use it at the moment. Configuration number 1, configuration number 2. Okay, here is quite comfortable. We go up to change a step. I use 1 decibel because it's a gain. It won't be much comfortable when it's 1. Gate A, B, positive. Okay, we go configuration number 3, configuration number 4, and that all menu. We press again in the middle, hold it, okay, we come back. And now we go auto call again to call. We press up. Here we have 80 because 80, I can show you where to do it. Here you see function number 2, 80 out of 80, and that's why it's automatically give me 80 signal. And here's on top decibel step. That's why when we press here, we're changing decibels. Okay, we go back. Now it's 80% of the screen, not what to call. And we need to start to record. Now we have 1 at 10. Here's 1 at 10 as reference 1, and reference 2 is 7.5. 7.5. Now we need to start to record. We will press there, and now at this moment it is completely ready to record the incoming signal number 1. We press again there, it's recorded. And now we need to press. We need to change our next reference. It's 5. Now it's, yes, it was 10, and now it's 7.5. It was originally 10, but now it's been changed to 7.5. We are currently changing our gate assignment once again, and indeed, we are making the gate change. It's supposed to be 80%. 80% if we go here. It's 80% change, but if you press here, it becomes 80% of the screen because, as I mentioned, it's 80% already. And now, at this precise moment, we absolutely need to record again. We consistently record the initial signal. We only ever implement a change there on a significant step, but we meticulously record the very first signal. Now we press record on that button, and automatically velocity, you see the speed and probe delay is changed. Now we can go back in main menu and we see now velocity, it's 6154 and probe delay change automatically. We can check what it shows. It shows on calibration block. If you were to press 1010 right now, we would definitely need to consider to really put significant gain and less overall gain in this particular game. 80 already there, and it shows, I say it's first signal 10, but without pain it's 1028, a second signal 2028. That's why I don't like this system or to call. But anyway, this is correct way for calibration. The very next crucial step in this process is 7.5, and right here you can clearly see the SA 7.5 value displayed. However, as I meticulously demonstrate the velocity, I personally don't particularly like it. It is actually supposed to be precisely 7.5, which is precisely why I have chosen to manually change it myself. If we were to place it there, we would then proceed to make a change. Currently, we observe a value of 7.5 units, and in this specific area, we also have the capability to make some minor adjustments, specifically regarding the propagation delay parameter. To exactly 7.5. Now, as we meticulously observe, we have a precise reading of 7.5. And then, upon careful examination of the calibration block, we can clearly discern that its measurement is also precisely 7.5. At this point, I urgently need to thoroughly clean my equipment. Fingers, and now again 7.5. Check, yes, press on 10. Have a look. Yes, it's almost 10. Perfect. Now we can work. For instance, if we check now 12.5, we can see what it shows. Now, we really need to carefully move our gate, the one we are working with, to properly see it in its correct position. We move the gate quickly now. Please proceed through this gate and also through gate B for your convenience and guidance. As I mentioned, should be pick everyone on gate A and gate B. And now we will proceed to move there, and now we will carefully check what it currently shows. It clearly shows the value of 12.6. Not so big different, 0.1 mil different. But if you go on 10, it shows. It's almost exactly 7.5. However, we really need to carefully move the gate to properly see the precise measurement correctly. Okay, that's it.